Hello and welcome to Business Today Television. I'm Siddharth Rabi and you're watching Easynomics. On today's episode of Easynomics, we are going to talk about one of the most politically sensitive agricultural commodities. And this is a commodity that brings taste to all manner of food, but brings tears to the eyes when it's being used, and also tears to the eyes when it's being purchased at times when prices go up. I'm sure you have guessed what I'm talking about. It is the humble onion, the pyaz, of which India is the second largest producer globally. Last year, we did well over 20 million metric tons, and this year production is likely to be impacted. But the key thing this time, for a nation that consumed almost 1.3 million tons of onions every month, 13 lakh tons of onions every month is what Indians consume to add the onion flavor to their food all across the country. A great diversity of food, so many cuisines, sub-cuisines, that it is sometimes impossible to explain to an outsider what Indian food is really about. And the onion and its central role in our kitchens and in our palate is something that is very significant. But this year, there's a very unique sort of situation that has developed. On one hand, we are seeing the possibility of a decline in production on account of unseasonal rains and the distribution of the southwest monsoon, which was erratic in many parts of the country. And remember, onion production is concentrated largely, almost to the extent of 80% of our annual output, in 4 states. And those 4 states are very important states when it comes to even other agriculture, and that is the state of Gujarat, Maharashtra, Karnataka, and Madhya Pradesh. And this year, analysts, including a Crisil Research report that I am citing for the data, says that there is a possibility of a reduction in output to the extent of almost 17%. However, the same report goes on to mention that while output is suffering, prices may not proportionately go up, and that should by itself be a very significant headline, because we've seen what has happened when politics gets impacted by onion prices. Many years ago, the BJP lost power in Delhi, and one of the key reasons was the spike in onion prices. The late Sushma Swaraj was the one leading the BJP's effort for Delhi's, the government in Delhi. But now, Himachal Pradesh and Gujarat are headed for voting very soon. And in this kind of an environment, the key feature of onion price volatility may not be seen this time. Why is it not going to be seen? There are 2 reasons for it. One, that the rabi crop, there is a significant amount of supply that is available in the market. And the months of September, October, and even November are typically peak consumption months for onion, although it is consumed all through the year. Like I said, pretty much depending on what part of the country you live in and what kind of food you cook, you could start the onion as part of your morning poha, and obviously end dinner with a lot more onion on the table in the food that is being served. So while it is consumed all around the year, it is not produced all around the year. Like most agriculture commodities, it is dependent on seasonality. And along with seasonality, the monsoon plays a very, very significant role, just as it does for most of India's agriculture output. And that is why this year, the fear that was being expressed till some time ago of a significant increase because of the shortfall in output may not come true. The rabi crop supply and the availability of NAFED procured onions in the market. By one piece of data, there is a significant amount of onion that is already available at one of the largest mandis, for example, in the northern part of the country, the Azadpur mandi in Delhi. And the Crisil report says that NAFED has procured about 2.5 lakh metric tons of onion, the rabi onion, which is almost a 25% annual increase in procurement to keep prices in check for this Kharif season. And traders have said that currently almost 25 to 30% of the onion arrivals in the Azadpur mandi are from NAFED, and this will prevent any significant price rise. Crisil goes on to state that a moderate price rise may happen to the tune of 4 to 5% on an annual basis, but that would happen towards perhaps the latter part of the current calendar year. In the recent days, we haven't seen reports on any major price spike despite the decline in output. And just to give you a sense of the decline in output, the decline in the sowing area, or the acreage as it is called, and the lack of higher yields, it is being estimated that overall onion output for the current, that is the 2022-23 Kharif season, is expected to be down almost 13% on an annualized basis. And therefore, onion prices, a very significantly politically sensitive commodities, is unlikely to cause any political pain, because it's clear from the steps taken by NAFED that there was some amount of preparation that had already gone into the question of onion availability, and therefore its impact on prices. Given that we are seeing two significant elections, not directly connected of course, but it's just a fact that headlines of onions bringing tears to the eyes of consumers would not have played out well. So for a country that is the second largest producer, as it is of many other agricultural commodities, the vagaries of the monsoon and all the attached economics of our agriculture economy, the supply side difficulties and other related difficulties, and the constraints that exist from the farm to the fork kind of entire chain that we have, and the lack of reforms in many parts of it, is something that finds expression in volatility in onion prices at times, has happened several times and has had severe political consequences also. But this time around and this season, it is likely that onion prices are not going to bring any tears to the eyes of consumers, and by definition to the eyes of the politicians and the administrators in government. With that, it's a wrap on this episode of Easynomics. I'll be back with more. Please stay subscribed, do like and share, and provide us your feedback. We'll see you again. Till then, goodbye.